Good afternoon to those who listen. It is April 3rd, 2025, 5:25 p.m. and this video is about good reports, good testimony, good news. Praise God. So I talked to some more people. I gave it 2 days because I was just, with all the stress and, from everything, I just decided to let it be for a couple days and then call him today. So I called the appeal thing and he was just, I guess he didn't know what was going on either. Same thing, you got to call somebody else. So I finally got a hold of somebody in overpayments, and I recorded the conversation, for evidence again. But I was telling her the same thing. I don't understand what's going on here. This thing was solved, fixed, discharged, ended, in the end of 2021. So she's looking, make a long story short, she's looking at, she goes, let me look into this a little more. She goes, there's so much information here. Let me look things over here. Take a minute. I said, take your time. And then she comes back and she goes, I don't even know why they sent you emails in the first place. I can see right here that this case has already been closed, and there's no reason for this, at all. And I told her, I had to go through appeals. She goes, why? I'm like, yeah, I don't understand it either. So she finally sees the whole thing, and she told me, she's got to talk to her supervisors, and then she said by Monday, she's going to give me a call and let me know. But she already says, if they think the same thing that I'm thinking, then yeah, this whole thing was a big mistake, and they should have never sent you that stuff anyway. The statute of limitations for this ran out anyway. But so good news. It's not officially done, but it looks like this whole thing is over. Don't owe nothing. And she same thing. She couldn't understand how it got to $47,000 either. And she could see everything in there, and so it's over. Not officially over, but as soon as she gets confirmation, she's gonna call me and let me know. So the appeal, hopefully I won't even have to do the appeal because there's no reason for it in the first place anyway. But if I do, they're gonna say the same thing. Yeah, we had, this other person here, Rose was her name. So thank you, Rose, for finally doing, your job and for looking into it and not just passing it on, to someone else. Because that's all I was getting is just, oh, you got to talk to this person. Oh, no, you got to talk to this person. Just kept going on. So praise God, that's over with. So that's good news there. So the other thing is Iowa. I'm still waiting for Iowa. I don't know what's going on. So, he was in such a hurry to get this thing fixed, and got to do it now or you're going to lose your license, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So I told him, I said, for the payment, it's going to have to wait till after the 3rd when I get my disability. And maybe that had something to do with it too, because maybe if it was a scam, then maybe he realized, oh, this guy don't have no money. So anyway, I told him that, the guy from church was working on my taxes, and he was came up with, what he thought was what it was. And I told him I'd send him that paperwork on Monday. He said, okay. I said, look into it, tell me what you think, calculate it up, whatever. And then, but then Monday went by, Tuesday went by, Wednesday went by, and now today went by. Not a word. Don't know what happened. He's like he disappeared off the face of the earth. What happened to him? I don't know. So that's what makes me think it was a scam. But, I called the Iowa Department of Revenue, and I got whoever's in charge of these people, said, yes, this guy, exists. This guy, is working on your case. And so, but then, some people were saying maybe somebody is just pretending to be him, using his name, because, on Saturday he said, You can just send the payment directly to me, and then I'll forward it on to whoever goes to next. And that that makes me think that's a red flag. Maybe this is a scam. So I didn't give him any information at the beginning because I thought it was a scam from the beginning. And then I talked to people, and they said, "Oh yeah, he works here. He works here." So then I thought it was real again, I guess. So then he's, if it is a scam, it's not good because he's got my ex and all my kids' social security numbers. So if it was a scam, that's not good. He's got a bunch of information. But I still don't know one way or the other. Maybe he went on vacation or something. I don't know. But it seems funny he didn't contact me at all. Because even if he's not actually working, he could always check his emails. And if he wasn't working, and just say, "Oh, sorry, I'm on vacation. I'll get to you such and such a day," whatever. But he was in such a hurry before. And all of a sudden, now it's like crickets. Nothing. What's going on? So there's that. I still got that, but at least that, even if I did owe, which I don't see how I really could, because, if they're taking taxes out of something, why would you owe? So, all the Colorado money that I got from unemployment, I didn't owe nothing. And then for Iowa, they took taxes out. So why would I owe? If anything, you think they would owe me, or it just would be, I wouldn't owe nothing. So I don't know. That's another thing that's weird, but at least the Colorado thing looks like that's done and over with. So praise God again for that. I've been praying and praying and praying that, this whole thing would just be figured out, so I don't have to go through all the stress and agony like I did before. And she saw it too. She saw all the conversations for 8 months. And I told her, I said, it was started, it ended January, and 8 months before, she goes, "I see it all. I see it all, and I see it was closed December 9th of 2021. And, it's all done and over with." So she says, "I don't understand this whole thing. I don't know why you even got emails at all. And, everything should have already been taken care of. I don't know why you had to go, why they were telling you had to appeal it." So hopefully they won't even be an appeal, and they'll just drop it because they obviously can see that, this was taken care of already over 3 years ago. So there we go. Good news, good news, good news. So God came through once again. So the moral of the story is, we have a lot of stuff we go through, lots of trials and tribulations, but if we give it to the Lord, it will be taken care of. Last Sunday at Bible class, the lesson was God will make things right. And it's talking about all the injustices from the Old Testament, from the minor prophets, those books of the Bible, Obadiah, Malachi, Zechariah, Amos, those books, in there, especially I think it was Zechariah, I'm pretty sure it was Zechariah, that said, God will make all things right. So that's what happened. In the end, God is making things right because, it's an injustice, especially, for all the people that have gone through the same thing. I also found out, there's a lot of people who are getting caught now for fraud. They actually did commit fraud against, the unemployment, and were, taking advantage of the system. Me, everything was legit. And, I worked for the U.S. Census, which is part of the federal government. Do you really think anyone would try to steal from the government working for the government? Oh, I mean, sure, it's possible. Sure, but, would you take that chance? I surely wouldn't. I had to go through so much with everything in the first place just to get it legitimately done, because they kept fighting back and forth. So, but in all, everything is figured out. Everything was found to be that I don't owe money, which is what I was trying to tell them for this whole time. And hopefully they'll just see it, say, case closed, why are we bothering this guy? Thanks for watching. Love you guys. God comes through always. Sometimes the timing is not what you want. Sometimes we have to wait longer than we want, and we have to just keep praying and crying out to God. But in the end, God will make things right. That's the lesson of the day. Love you guys. God bless.